Mayun pricked her finger with a needle. Embroidery is so hard, grandmother. She dropped her work onto her lap, and it takes so long I'll never learn it. Grandmother looked up from her stitching. Today is New Year's, the first day of the whole year. We must make a good beginning. Couldn't I start by painting words like my brothers? Mayun asked. Someday it will be your task to make your family's clothes beautiful in the Mayan way, the old woman responded. The job is hard, long, but when you're finished, grandmother held up the panel she had just completed. Oh, the girl gasped. I could never make anything that fine. The harder you work, the better it gets. Grandmother's wrinkled face softened. That reminds me of a story you might like to hear while we work. Mayun clapped her hands. A story? What is it about? A woman whose task was much bigger than yours or mine. With that, grandmother switched to her storytelling voice. In the beginning, a helper from heaven named Pham Ko came down to make the sky. His sister, Pham To, came down to make the earth. My sky will be a thing of beauty, Ko daydreamed out loud. I will use fine, shimmering material and the darkest indigo dye. To snorted. My earth will be made to last. I will use strong material and put in many stitches, patterns, and colors. But that's too much work, her brother pointed out. I will finish long before you. What does that matter? The sister retorted. My handiwork will be far superior to yours. Ko drew himself up tall. If this is to be a contest, he told her, I will work in secret. To set her lips. I will work in secret as well. His back to his sister, Ko created the sky. Then he fashioned the moon and stars to light it by night, and the sun to light it by day. He glanced over his shoulder. Do not look, he cautioned. Why would I want to? To sniffed. I am busy making the earth. Masterfully, she blended rock and soil into a quilt of textures. Soon, Ko gathered up his work. He tapped To's back. I am done, he crowed. Are you? The best things take time, she said. Mine will be worth the wait. So Ko sat down to wait. He drummed his fingers. He waited. He sighed. He waited some more. Finally, he lay down and he fell fast asleep. At long last, To took his shoulder. Wake up, brother. I am done with my work, but let me see yours first. Ko showed off his sky. His sister nodded. Your sky is lovely to look at. Let me see your earth, Ko urged. So To unrolled and unrolled her handiwork. Your work is fine indeed, her brother observed. It looks like a good match. But when she held up her earth and he held up his sky, they did not fit together. Your earth is too big for my sky, Ko shouted. Your sky is too small for my earth, his sister shouted back. Fine then, said Ko. I will make the sky bigger. While his sister held one end, he pulled and tugged at the other with all his might. It stretched a little bit and a little bit more. Then it tore. Its white, fluffy stuffing showed through the rips, the first clouds. Now see what you have made me do, Ko howled. Never mind, said his sister. I have a plan. Out of her sewing basket, To pulled a needle and thread. The needle flew up and down, in and out of the earth. Then she pulled the threads, making pleats and gathers. She pushed jagged mountains and rolling hills out of plains, and tucked rushing rivers and streams into gorges and valleys. Beside the water, trees and vines with blossoms sprang up. Tigers, pigs, and other animals came to drink the water, and water bugs skated on top. Ko gasped. Your earth is wondrous, truly a work of art, he cried. To beamed. Let us see if it fits your sky now, she said. The sister held up the earth and the brother the sky. This time, They fit together exactly right. Mei Yun stopped her stitching and looked up with shining eyes. I like the way To figured out what to do. Grandmother nodded, clever with her head and hands, and takes the time to do it right. And see what I finished, Grandmother. Mei Yun held up a sash, her very first handiwork. The old woman's face crinkled into a smile, a very good beginning.